Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our first board meeting of 2025 at the BPU. Please rise for the flag salute, Commissioner.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Madam Secretary, will you please read the public notice?
Good morning. Adequate public notice has been given pursuant to the Open Public Meeting Act. Notice have been posted at the board's office and website and emailed to the Department of State and to newspapers of broad circulation within the state.
Thank you. May we have the roll call, please?
Commissioner Christo DeLue,
here.
Commissioner Abdu,
Here.
Commissioner Bange,
Here.
and President Gul Sadovi.
Here. Thank you. And when's our next public meeting?
The next regular board meeting will be held on Wednesday, January 29th, 2025. It'll be a hybrid meeting in person at the board hearing room at 44 South Clinton Avenue in Trenton and live stream via YouTube.
Thank you. We do have an executive session today. A couple opening remarks from me. Happy New Year. This is our first meeting in 2025. Hope everyone enjoyed their holiday break and got to spend some time with their families. I do want to acknowledge that next week is Martin Luther King Day and recognize that and encourage everyone to practice the principles of service on Martin Luther King Day. Just want to take a moment to have everyone acknowledge the California wildfires. It is some serious devastation happening in California. We are thinking about the residents, the families, and all of the people who have had to evacuate, the damage to homes, the loss of lives, of course. And really, this is, another harsh reminder of the impacts of climate change, and it's so important that we continue to do the work that we're doing to help to mitigate those impacts. But the most important thing is that people are safe and that they are able to rebuild their lives. So just, keeping those families and people in our hearts. On a more positive note, we were recently awarded, I know people are eagerly awaiting the Federal Home Energy Efficiency Rebate Award. So New Jersey was given that award, which is really exciting and will give us an opportunity to help our residents and businesses make investments in energy efficiency, save money, save energy, reduce carbon emissions. So it's a really great thing, and I know everybody's in the energy efficiency world has been very excited to work on those projects. So that's really great. Just starting the year off by drawing attention to an issue I think that doesn't come before the board that frequently. But as we see potential for future price increases, I do want to draw attention to the work that this agency does with PJM, our regional transmission operator. The staff, my fellow commissioners, particularly Commissioner Christodoulou, and thank you. Last thing for me, and then I will open it up to my colleagues. Next week, we are going to inaugurate a new president, which I think for some may bring some uncertainty. But I want to reiterate the remarks that Governor Murphy made yesterday at his State of the State address. We are committed to finding common ground with the federal administration as we move forward, and we hope that we will be able to do that. So I personally am wishing the best for our incoming president next week at his inauguration. That is all for me.
If I may, first of all, Happy New Year, everyone. It's great to see you all, and thank you for joining us on this very cold day. Looking back to the year gone by, 2024 was the warmest year on record. We are setting record after record, and 2025 may follow the same path. We have a lot to work on. We see the fires in LA, mudslides in Brazil, droughts, and terrible storms globally. This is a global phenomenon. And what you all do is to put that genie back in the bottle. It'll take time, it'll take effort. But as Robert Frost said so eloquently, we have miles to go and promises to keep. And that's our job. That's what we need to do. This next year, we'll see increasing demand for power. AI is clearly one of the drivers of that, but also just economic growth and demographic growth. AI is going to change a lot of things, but in the short term, it will require a lot of power. And it's going to be a very real technological arms race in many ways that's going to drive energy demand. What our job is what we need to do is to balance all the forces in front of us, to make sure that there's enough power there, but to also guarantee that climate change does not take further hold, and to make sure that it's all done at the right pricing, which is, as the president mentioned, is something that all of our staff has been working on, particularly with PJM and the OPSI board, which I'm very honored to represent New Jersey on. And we work to make sure that the market fundamentals, the economic fundamentals of supply and demand are reflected in accurate pricing, and that resource adequacy is maintained, but that we don't allow any misrepresentations in the market mechanism, and that they're reflecting true supply and demand, which is what we need to do. We can't guarantee lower prices, we can't guarantee free prices, but what we need to guarantee is that economic fundamentals of supply and demand are accurately reflected. And that I'm so happy to say that this board, and particularly our staff that works on these issues, does every day. So I want to thank you very much. I want to thank you for being here and welcome you to 2025.
And just thank you for that, Commissioner. Just want to acknowledge yesterday's State of the State address by Governor Murphy and his renewed commitment to supporting the state's goal of 100% clean energy by 2035. That is something that we work on here every day, and we do that really for the benefit of all New Jerseyans, to help ensure that we are doing everything we can to mitigate climate change and that we're helping to develop our clean energy economy here. So appreciate the governor's comments yesterday. All right, we will go into executive session. We will be discussing 8A, B, and C. I think it will be about 10 minutes. We've got an over-under here, folks, on 40. So will the Attorney General's office please explain the justification for executive session?
Good morning, Madam President, Commissioners. For the record, I am DAG Jack Ventura. Agenda items 8A, 8B, and 8C fall within the contract negotiation and attorney-client privilege exception of the Open Public Meetings Act, which can be found in New Jersey Statute 10:4-12B7. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, we'll be back.
than 5 years after the date of its enactment, the board required the owner or operator of each commercial building over 25,000 square feet in the state to benchmark the energy and water use for the prior calendar year using the United States Environmental Protection Agency's Portfolio Manager tool. On September 7th, 2022, the board authorized staff to implement a plan for a vendor known as the CRM vendor to provide and manage a CRM system and related support functions. On August 16th, 2023, the board approved a CRM contract for the term of 3 years with the option to extend the term twice, each for 1 year extension period. As discussed in executive session, staff recommends that the board approve a contract scope of work change with respect to the CRM contract, subject to Treasury approval.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal Delou,
Yes.
Commissioner Abdul,
Yes.
Commissioner Page,
Yeah.
and President Gossadovy.
Yes.
Thanks, Alexis. 8B, Stella. Welcome, Stella. First time presenting, right?
Good morning again, Madam President, Commissioners. This matter involves a request for quotation, or RFQ, for services related to developing and administering the New Jersey Energy Storage Incentive Program, or NJSIP. The NJSIP will build a critical foundation for a long-term energy storage effort that will be necessary to achieve the state's storage and clean energy goals. Staff of the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities seeks approval to hire a contractor to assist with the development of the distributed segment, Phase 2, and the Grid Supply Performance Incentive segment, Phase 3 of the NJSIP, as well as administering the program. The development of the Grid Supply Fixed Incentive segment, Phase 1, has largely been completed. Staff anticipates that the RFQ will be a 2-year engagement with the contractor, with an optional 1-year extension. Staff recommends board approval to release the RFQ to hire a contractor to assist staff in developing and administering the NJSIP, as discussed in the executive session.
So moved.
Questions or comments?
Roll call, please.
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal Delou,
Yes.
Commissioner Abdul,
Yes.
Commissioner Page, and President Gossadovy.
Yes.
Thank you. 8C, Matt.
Good morning again, Madam President and Commissioners. This matter involves a contract scope of work change related to the 2024 Energy Master Plan. Staff is seeking approval to include 2 new components to E3's current contract scope of work, the details of which were discussed in executive session. Staff recommends the board approve a contract scope of work change with respect to E3's contract, subject to Treasury approval.
So moved.
Questions or comments?
Just one, Matt, too. As we've spoken about before and in an executive session, I'm very concerned that this work product needs to be delivered on time, on budget. A lot depends on this, and I haven't been thoroughly impressed yet with our consultant, and I'm concerned that they don't understand our time requirements and that pricing is something that we all pay for. So I'd like you to take additional charge of this to make sure that they deliver on time and not to keep moving this scale as a moving target on budgeting. I'm very concerned with that, but thank you for keeping a close eye on it.
Yeah, and just, I know folks are eagerly awaiting the release of the governor's energy master plan. So I know staff is working diligently with other departments, with the governor's office, to move forward as quickly as possible. But we do want to make sure that we get it right and have all the information that we can, that we can utilize and ultimately share with the public. So thanks. Roll call, please.
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal Delou,
Yes?
Commissioner Abdul, Commissioner Page, and President Gossadovy.
Yes. Thanks, Matt. Sarah. No pressure, Sarah. We already missed my over-under, so.
Mine's still in play.
Oh, okay.
Well, good morning, Madam President and Commissioners. Done. I'm pleased to present this morning the establishment of an energy efficiency revolving loan fund for state facilities. As a result of funding in the bipartisan infrastructure law, the U.S. Department of Energy Office of State and Community Energy Programs launched the Energy Efficiency Revolving Loan Fund Capitalization Grant Program to provide capital grants for state use in establishing an energy efficiency revolving loan fund program for upgrades and retrofits to increase energy efficiency and building comfort. After applying for $3.8 million in May of 2023, the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities was awarded $2,383,510, of which $2,352,961.49 is available for use after program and administrative costs. Staff recommends that the board authorize the development of a program and application process that allows for funds to be loaned to state agencies with state-owned and operated facilities. Staff further recommends that the Energy Efficiency Revolving Loan Fund program provide loans ranging from $300,000 to $2 million to projects meeting program requirements. These loans would be done through 2 application periods on a first-come, first-served basis. Application period A would be open for 3 months and be open to projects located in disadvantaged communities as defined by federal guidelines. If there is any funding after that, application period B would be open for all other projects. Loan repayment terms would include a 1.5% interest payment with a 15-year maximum loan. Additionally, staff recommends that the first application window open by January 28, 2025, and close after 3 months or when funds have been exhausted, whichever has occurred first. If there is any funding available after that, application period B would open. Finally, staff recommends that the board approve the program recommendations set forth so that the federal funding could be acquired and distributed to approved applications for projects at state-owned facilities that fall within the executive branch for energy efficiency related projects.
So moved.
Second.
Thanks, Sarah. First, I just want to acknowledge your work and all the work of the staff in bringing federal funding to New Jersey through the infrastructure law and other opportunities. There has been a significant amount of federal funding coming in, which is a lot of work for this department. But I do want to commend everybody who has done that. And then also just, want to acknowledge that when we do invest in state buildings, when we provide opportunities to reduce energy use in state buildings, we are lowering their energy bills, and ultimately that is a savings for our taxpayers and our residents in New Jersey. So great work, thank you. Roll call, please.
On a motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal DeLue?
Yes.
Commissioner Abdul?
Yes.
Commissioner Page?
Yes.
And President Gosadovi?
Yes.
Thank you. That brings us to the end of our agenda. Stacy, you also lost. Can I have a motion? 10:46, nobody won. May I please have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thanks, everybody. Happy New Year. Have a great day. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute.